Hello and welcome to Learn, Practice, Play, Healthy Eating with Your Child. This series of videos has been developed for caregivers of young children and babies. Today's video focuses on the latest nutrition information for the health of your family. We want to ensure that your child is well nourished. Eating well is one of the best and research-proven ways to increase effective learning. Family eating habits can instill good lifelong habits and increase your child's life and quality of life. For babies, birth to 6 months, breast milk or infant formula exclusively for 6 months is what's recommended. Breastfeeding is highly recommended if possible. This has many different benefits, including passing on antibodies from the mother to the baby. Or an FDA-approved infant formula is good. No cow's milk until they're at least 1 year of age. We're concerned about allergies and digestive issues there. 6 to 8 months, or when the baby is developmentally ready, they can sit with little or no support. They have good head control and can open their mouth and lean forward when food is offered. Complementary feeding with breast milk or formula feedings is recommended that you start with a single grain pureed cereal and continue that same grain for 3 to 5 days to determine if they're going to have any sort of allergic response. And then you can advance to other grains, pureed vegetables, pureed fruits, pureed meats, yogurt. It is suggested that you introduce a new food every 3 to 5 days to determine tolerance, give them a chance to get used to it or know if they're not going to have a good relationship with that food. If there is a family history of food allergies, then don't introduce eggs, wheat, and dairy. But if there's no family history of food allergies, you can go ahead and introduce eggs, wheat, and dairy at this stage. When your baby has developed the pincher grasp, where they can hold on to things with 2 fingers, that's the time when you can introduce finger foods, small enough for them to pick up and soft enough to chew. So like soft fruit, cooked vegetables, soft cheeses. And definitely if you're breastfeeding or formula feeding, continue that as well at this age. And as babies get older, they may want to feed themselves. 8 to 12 months, you can offer them chopped or diced foods and introduce noodles and bread. Baby may be able to eat your family dinner as long as it's chopped into small enough pieces. Of course, use your judgment based on the consistency of the food and the size of the pieces. Don't make them too big. We don't want anybody to choke or have a hard time swallowing them. You can continue breastfeeding or formula feeding 8 to 12 months. If you're running into any difficulties with breastfeeding, you can consult a support group like the La Leche League. At the end of this presentation, I will open up and show you some other resources, including the La Leche League. So, now your baby is getting into toddler, 12 months and beyond. This is the point where you can introduce cow's milk. You can continue breastfeeding well into their toddler years, that's completely safe and still healthy. A few things that I'd like to mention again. I did say something about risk of choking. So with solid foods, some of the risks include if you try to introduce them too early, there's a risk of choking, a risk of obesity, or nutrient deficiency from decreased breast milk or formula. Sometimes if kids get a taste for one thing and their breast milk has so much good nutrition for them that if they're loading up on calories from something else, they might not get all that they need. But then again, you don't want to introduce them too late because now the nutrition understanding is that if you introduce solid foods too late, it actually increases the risk of food allergies, and your child could suffer a zinc or iron deficiency, or a decrease in motor development for self-feeding if they don't get a chance to practice those. So you want to make it easy to eat well. There are some good ideas to promote a healthy attitude toward food and eating. Have everybody stay seated while you're eating. And go ahead and encourage exploration and play with the food. I know that wasn't what we were necessarily all told when we were brought up, but exploration and understanding of food is a good thing. So go ahead and let your baby play with the food. Introduce utensils. Give baby a spoon. If you're feeding them with a spoon, they can have their own. Offer them a cup, and avoid any power struggle. Don't push food. Don't push eating. Know when to stop, and don't force the matter. There are other battles that will be worth waging, and whether or not or how they're eating may not be one of them. So think about that. All right, so vegetables. We want to see kids, adults, families getting 3 to 5 servings a day. Well, that's probably something you're saying, well, what's a serving? So a couple of ideas are a cup of raw leafy vegetables, or 3/4 cup of vegetable juice, or 1/2 cup of other vegetables chopped raw or cooked. A good tip is to serve salads more often. Sometimes you can get pre-washed bagged salad at the grocery store, and teach your child what an appropriate amount of salad dressing is and how it can be ordered on the side at restaurants so it's not drenched in ranch. Fruits, 2 to 4 servings a day. A serving of fruit is 1/2 cup of sliced fruit, 3/4 cup of fruit juice, or a medium-sized whole fruit like an apple, banana, or pear. Provide fruits and vegetables as snacks. Keep your fruit washed, cut up, and in plain sight in the refrigerator so it's easy for you and your child to grab and just snack on during the day. Bread, cereal, pasta. 6 to 11 servings a day. When I first saw that, I thought that seems like a lot. But what is a serving? 1 slice of bread is a serving. So with a sandwich, you have 2 slices of bread and 2 of your servings right there. Also a 1/2 cup of rice, or 1/2 cup of pasta, or 1 ounce of cereal. So that is not too hard to get. You can also add a fruit or vegetable as every meal or snack. For example, you could put fruit on cereal, or add a piece of fruit or a small salad to lunchtime. Use vegetables and dip as an after-school snack, or add a vegetable or two that you want to try for the family's dinner. Protein foods. You want to get 2 to 3 servings of protein foods. Those include lean meat, poultry or fish. Beans, eggs, and peanut butter are also protein foods. Serving size is 2 ounces of cooked lean meat, poultry or fish, or half a cup of cooked beans, 1 egg, or 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. You can try out vegetarian recipes for spaghetti, lasagna, chili, or other foods using vegetables instead of meat. Dairy products. You want to get 2 to 3 servings per day. A serving of dairy is a cup of low-fat milk or yogurt, 1.5 ounces of cheese, and then you want to be a role model. Eat more fruits and vegetables yourself. Include at least 1 leafy green or yellow vegetable for vitamin A, such as spinach, broccoli, winter squash, greens, or carrots every day. Include 1 vitamin C rich fruit or vegetable, such as oranges, grapefruit, strawberries, melon, tomato, and broccoli each day. Allow your child to help in the kitchen. Yes, it takes longer, but set aside time so that you don't have to rush. When your child feels like they're included, they're invested, and they're excited about eating and creating with you. Okay, so here's my resources slide. I'm going to go ahead and click on some of the links so you'll be able to see what the resources pages are going to look like. SNAP is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. All right, so this is through the Department of Colorado. So is the Colorado Nutrition Services, you can see here. And the School Nutrition Unit is also through the state of Colorado, but this one's based in Colorado Department of Education. The La Leche League is especially for breastfeeding and support in that way. La Leche League of Denver, it can be connected through this hopehousecolorado.org. So I hope those give you some good resources and information. Thank you again for joining me for this series of classes. My name is Christy Hedrick. I'm with the Berthoud Community Library District. If you have any questions or want to get in touch with me, my email is cmh.bcld@gmail.com. Thank you so much.